Good morning, all of you. What we studied diode, then we came to the rectifier. Then in the rectifier, we came across a problem. What is that? Like a fluctuations, no? That and that fluctuations are due to what? Like the output, what happen when we check the output, even with filter, even with filter, we had some fluctuations here. Okay, for to avoid this fluctuations, what we did is like we went for very large value of RL, no? If RL is very large, it will smooth out. What is RL? RL is equipment. Oh. So can we change resistance of mobile? That will be a little bit more difficult here because the RL is something depends on the application, means like a equipment for which you are supplying this regulated voltage, for which you are supplying this voltage. So you can't change RL. RL is something should be fixed here. So therefore now RL is having some limitations. Better say that one. So, but what is our requirement? A constant voltage. But what we obtain, we obtained voltage of like this. So let me try any other device which will help us to make this horizontal, to make it smooth, to minimize these fluctuations. These fluctuations which are there, no. So it should the voltage should be of like this. But what we obtained is of this kind. So let's search for any equipment which will help us or any device. So I am coming for Zener diode. Let's first study the Zener diode characteristics, everything. Then we'll bring to the our concern. Like our concern is of this one. Okay, there's a background today's, and next we'll go for application problems after this. Okay, I'll begin the class. So first, it's a Zener diode. It's a specially designed diode which is used in reverse bias. It is specially designed. Ordinary diode, I cannot use in the reverse bias. Any reason? It will burn out. Ordinary diode will burn out. So whereas specially designed. So what changes we make? I'll go for highly doping. The P-type and N-type will be highly doped, or more popular, N-type will be heavily doped here. Okay, let's not bother that much here. So P-type and N-type are heavily doped. So what is the Zener diode, ordinary diode difference? Zener diode is what about ordinary diode? This will be lightly doped. Depending upon applications, in general, I'm saying that one. It's heavily doped here. So then what's happened? And what about ordinary diode? If you operate at breakdown, it will burn out. Huh? Ordinary diode, if they are operated at breakdown region, they'll burn out. Whatever Zener diode, it is specially designed such that at breakdown only I'll operate and will not burn out. For that, I'll take care about the material. Got this? Okay, now the reverse bias characteristic. What do you mean a reverse bias? The negative terminal connected to P-type and positive terminal connected to N-type. Okay, let's, I think, already we have some idea about the reverse bias. Can you remember? Okay, let's see that one. As I increase the reverse bias, the most energetic electron are able to cross. Similarly, what when the most energetic hole will cross like this. And this is what the diffusion current. Next again, there's a minority carrier. By chance, what happened? This minority carrier, due to thermal agitation, this hole is a minority carrier. Will I agree? We have that straight line. I'll erase it. Okay, there's a thing. Now let's come for the minority carrier. There's a there's a whole minority carrier. So then what will happen because of like a thermal agitation by chance if it comes here. So it will the what this depletion layer will do will push it towards the p-type. No? Similarly, the electron by chance if it enters the depletion layer will push it towards right. So how do they move? So it will be Ranjit Reddy switch off video. Ranjit Reddy switch off video. will move like this, and this will be the reverse bias. Once again, I'm explaining it. This is what happens. So this is what the drift current. So what is the direction of drift current? The direction of drift current is now in the reverse bias. What actually happens? Which current will be more? And along with this, there'll be breaking up of covalent bond will occur. Due to that, I'll put it. Okay, this also let it put minority carrier current. No? Okay, now come for this. So like this, the moment of carriers will occur. At the increased reverse bias, the width of depletion layer increases. We have everything explanation. I'll not go for in detail again. The width of depletion increase. As the width of depletion increases, the E will increase. Then what happened to the number of majority carriers crossing the junction? Their number will decrease. So the diffusion current will decrease. As I increase the width of depletion layer, then the number of covalent bonds in this region, the breaking up of number of covalent bonds will increase because more number of charged layer will come, more covalent bonds will come into picture, more covalent bonds will break up, and more minority carriers. Either it is generated here or here. You see, that's why I shown both. The minority carriers which are generated here, immediately what happen, they'll be pushed to the whole generated either in this region or positive charge or negative charge will be pushed towards left. The electron which is generated here, either in this region or this region, will be pushed towards right. So this is similar to like minority carrier, no? Similar to minority carrier. So don't call this a majority carrier. The minority carriers generated in depletion layer so will contribute for the drift current. You can see that. So who will contribute for drift current? Some holes, the moment of holes from N to P type. The minority carriers which are moving from N to P type or P to N type. There's a minority carrier. Even this also minority carrier. Along with that, what happened? Minority carriers generate in depletion layer. Are you getting now? There are two reasons for that minority carrier current. Wall will come. The holes when they move from N to P type and or the electrons when they move from P to N type because they're minority carrier. Along with that, the minority carriers generated in the depletion layer, they will raise the drift current. So as I increase the reverse bias, definitely what will happen to more covalent bonds will break up. If the more covalent bonds will break up, more minority carriers generated. So the drift current will be greater than diffusion current. I think this is what we had earlier discussion. As I keep on increase reverse bias, the drift current will increase, the diffusion current will decrease here. Then suddenly at one instant or at one particular reverse voltage, there's a reverse voltage. At one reverse voltage, the electrostatic field in the depletion layer is such that it will be very high, such that it will directly pull valence electron from the valence band. Not here in this region. It will directly pull valence electron from valence band. Then what do we get? Or it will break up one covalent bond, better say. Then what do we get? Two holes, two electrons. This is called a Zener effect. Then another thing, these minority carriers that are generated due to thermal agitation will happen. This electron or pen will get accelerated due to electrostatic field. As it gets accelerated, it will, when it encounters a covalent bond, what it does, it will generate. If it is having sufficient energy, it will break up that covalent bond. It will generate four minority carriers. Again, that minority carrier generated like that avalanche breakdown will occur. So if you can recollect some small, I think, just let me put the diagram, I'll proceed so that it'll be easy for you. What is the avalanche breakdown? The avalanche breakdown is like this, no? In avalanche breakdown, this is in the depletion layer, not outside the depletion layer. Due to covalent bond, so this electron will get accelerated, it'll go and break. This will go and break. In turn, this all also will move. I'm not showing the hole, only electron I'm showing it. Both hole and electron who will give energy to that minority carrier generated? This electrostatic field. Okay, I agree this. This is avalanche breakdown. What about the Zener breakdown? In Zener breakdown, directly the electrostatic field, if you can remember, I think I gave, it will directly pull from, who will pull this valence electron? Directly this electrostatic field. Directly from valence band, it will pull the valence electron from valence band to conduction band. We'll get two holes, two electrons. So like this, sort of millions of covalent, from millions of covalent bond, the electric static field will pull. So I think these two phenomena are different. So these two are what responsible for large current. Okay, now we are interested at that breakdown only, not at any other point. At breakdown only, I'm interested. So if I go for the graph, small slope, we have to show it. And there's a forward bias. Forward bias will be similar to, now what is the knee voltage? Will be 1 volt. There's a breakdown. Breakdown here, very specifically, I'll call VZ. This is IR. No, till here, where the breakdown occurs after this. Suddenly, what happens as they keep on increase reverse bias, the width of depletion layer increases. Then, as the width of depletion layer increases, more covalent bonds will break up, more minority carriers generated, and the reverse current will keep on increase, or the drift current will increase. And almost at this point, the diffusion current is negligible. Here, what happens, both the diffusion, drift will be there, drift will be more than the diffusion. So, what should be the direction of this current? In the direction of the drift, we have to show it, no? Shall we call this as IR? More specifically, I'll call IZ. This call like a IZ. Instead of IR, I'll call this IZ, that one. Still, let me call VR only. Breakdown voltage, I'll call VZ. The current flowing through the Zener dead, I'll call IZ here. So I'm not bothered much about this. Huh? As a breakdown occurs, then it will not burn out. The material is so designed that it can cope up that heat, that large amount of heat what is generated, no? So will be cope up. So how do large amount of heat I'll cope up? The Zener breakdown, instead of 24 volt, no, I'll adjust it around 5 or 10 volt. Suppose say even Zener breakdown occurs at 50 volt. What I do, I will go for the heat dissipation. What are the heat generated weapon? If the material is able to cope up, the diode will be safe. Ordinary diode will burn out here. Zener diode is operated here only. Okay, fine. What we achieved from here? Okay, look at this particular curve. I'll magnify only the curve, because that is the major part of the discussion here. For small change in voltage, I'll change curve a little bit. Some slope will bring it. You extend further. So you see this. So what is this? Some triangle I drew. Then what is this delta V? Let me call. And this is delta I. What is this delta V? Will be of order 0.001 volt. What about delta I? This I'll get of order say 20 milliampere. What is this graph? For small change in voltage, a large change in current. Shall we put in either way? Though current changes by large amount, still the voltage across it constant. Then if I take slope, so what do this slope? Reciprocal of slope slope is what? Delta I by delta V. Then the Zener resistance called as RZ. So what is the resistance offered by the material to the flow of current? The Zener diode in the reverse bias. That's what the Zener resistance, what we call it. Okay, now look at this. Even the current changes by large amount, what will happen to voltage will not change. Oh, sir, what is there? Even resistor also will do. Okay, let's see the resistor, how the curve will be. High versus V or V versus I. Anything you can take it, this one. No. So as voltage changes, the current will also change. Proportional, no? V proportional to I, delta V is equal to delta V is proportional to delta, but here it's not like that. For large change in current, small change in voltage. Sorry, even forward bias also is there. But what is the maximum knee voltage I'll get it? 1 volt only. I can't change much. Zener diode 1 volt. Silicon 0.7. For germanium, what is the forward voltage? Will be 0.4 volt. But here what I can adjust this VZ also. Where the breakdown occurs, I can adjust by doping levels. And what is the advantage? For large change in current, small change in voltage. Large change in current, small change. I think there's a thing what I'm going to use in application. Voltage regulator. So what is a Zener diode? No, though current across it increases, but it will see that voltage constant. See, this is almost as a constant. So what is this equipment now? The device is such that though current across it increases, it will see that voltage will be constant. This is what application I'll use for as voltage regulator. So if I use it here, it's of no use much, because what is the maximum voltage I can have? 1 volt. But here what happen? I can 10 volt, 5 volt, 20 volt, 100 volt, 80 volt, 60 volt, anything that one. Usually maximum applications will be around less than 100, most of the things. So the breakdown, this VZ depends on what? Depends on doping levels. Okay, clear this. VZ or breakdown voltage, both are same here. So there's a one thing what happen. So what is the graph? What is the use of, what is the conclusion of graph? So at breakdown, if the current across the Zener diode increases, but the voltage across it remains constant. So from the graph, what I observed, at breakdown region, the voltage drop across the Zener diode remains constant, though current increases, better say. We don't go for current varies. Large amount means of order milliampere. Current changes by large amount. Though current increases, it will maintain voltage constant. This is what I'm going to use for voltage regulator. What all we discussed, I'll put it everything. Okay, this is what the discussion is. Okay, that avalanche breakdown, Zener breakdown, I think everything is having firm idea. Let's directly get into the application part. So I'll go for the rectifier. So what is the difficulty we face with the rectifier? The output voltage was fluctuating. No? The output voltage is fluctuating. So how to make it, how to minimize that fluctuation? So for that purpose, I'll bring the Zener diode into the picture. So what is a basically circuit will be? So let's get into the, this is what the practical thing needed, but the voltage was fluctuating like this. Okay, this is the requirement, or this is the VL. This is the requirement. This is our requirement, no? Practical requirement. Output generated by rectifier. Agree this? So this was our discussion. Now, how to make it almost constant? I'll bring the Zener regulator. I'll bring the Zener regulator. So an unregulated voltage, it will regulate. Regulate means, tell me what is it, what you understand with the term first. Regulate. Regulator, fan. That I think nowadays we have a knob, no? So what is that? It's called a regulator, no? What it does? By rotating that, we can control the fan, no? And what it regulates? It regulates the flow of current through the coils inside the fan. And how much of current flow, that will determine the speed. So if I'm regulating it by controlling that knob, so it's called as a regulator. I think all of you switchboard fan nowadays, we have a small round knob, no? It'll be written 1, 2, 3, 4. By rotating that, we can control the speed. It's called like a regulator. Now this Zener diode, I'm going to use as a voltage regulator. It will regulate. How do it is? Now there's an unregulated voltage. This is RS. Zener diode symbol will be like this. Reverse Z. Zener diode. Are you able to see Z symbol? Ordinary diode symbols are like this. Ordinary diode symbol will be like this. Zener diode symbol will be again same thing. This is a P type. This is a N type. So whenever you see that Z symbol, it's a Zener diode. And Zener diode, I'll operate it in reverse bias only. So therefore the negative type, this N type, P type, no, N type will connect it to positive terminal. This is a load. Now what is a load? Load is something, your mobile, and this is unregulated, comes from rectifier. This I'll call Vin. Okay, what is a load? Load can be television, mobile, some music system, anything it is. This one, this is a load. This is unregulated. So unregulated, from where it is coming? Output generated by rectifier is unregulated voltage, or this is unregulated signal or output of rectifier. Have this much of background. Let's come. Some resistance I'm bringing to protect the Zener diode from the exceeding voltages. This is one series resistor. This RL. This will have VZ, the drop, because it is operated at breakdown. What about RZ? Let's time being, let's neglect it. RZ is very small. We can take it here. If RZ is small, then how this curve will, no? We're discussing some like ideal case. How do it will regulate things? How do it will regulate things? So this V in what happened? Definitely it will fluctuate. It will never be constant. It will be constantly fluctuating. Because of that fluctuation, what will happen if directly, if this Zener diode is now there with filter, output of rectifier with filter, everything is there. If this Zener diode is now there directly given to television, any problem in the television, the brightness will increase, decrease, the volume will increase, decrease. I think nobody will enjoy that viewing, watching this, such a program. Then mobile. So then same thing, like the display will increase, decrease, volume will increase, decrease thing. Music system on its own, the volume will increase, decrease, finish whole. So none of the equipments we can use this effectively. So therefore I brought the Zener diode, this one. How it will work out now? So what is the basic idea of Zener diode? I'll start with it directly with a problem. The breakdown voltage. Let me take numerical, because if I talk now, it will become like a story, and you'll get a good sleep. So let me assume these values. VZ 10 volt, RL is 100 ohm, and the RS 200 ohm. Okay, this is having initially voltage of say like a 40 volt. The initially this let it be 40 volt. It's a unregulated. What do you mean by unregulated? We'll see the meaning. Okay, these are the values we assumed it. I'll write it nearby. 200 ohm. Directly I'm coming to the explanation, so that'll be easy for you. RZ, you have to neglect it. What's a Zener diode? If it is operated at breakdown, what happened to that breakdown voltage remains constant, but current through it can increase. Will I agree this? Okay, let's write the current in various branches. This is IS. Current through Zener diode, IZ. Current through the load is IL. I think if you go for polarity, this will be plus minus, plus minus, plus minus. Sir, N-type positive. This is with respect to flow of current. Don't get confused here. With respect to flow of current, this polarity is given. Look at this one. I'm treating this just like a one resistor here. That's all. I'm treating like a resistor. When I'm giving polarity here. Now, okay, what is the load? What is the requirement of load? 100 ohm is there. It is connected parallel to this. So what is the drop across the load? We'll calculate, you know. The drop across load VL is equal to VZ is 10 volt. Then what is the load current? VL by RL. VL is how much? 10. The load is 100. So this will be how much? Uh, 10 milliampere. No. So what is the power developed across the road? We write IL into VL. VL is 10 in 10 milliampere. So 100 milliwatt. What is this? This should be constant. No? These are across the load. I'll put it in some box. At any cost, what happen? These quantities should not change. Then only what happen? We'll get a constant power, means the brightness will remain constant, the volume will remain constant, everything will fine. The equipment will be much, we can enjoy that equipment. So they should not change. They should be maintained constant. So what is the comment will write?
Sir, that is 100 milliamperes.
This will be 100, huh?
Yes, sir.
Then this will be how much? 1000 milliwatt. 10 by 100, huh? Yeah, 0.100 100 milliampere. Yeah, 1000 milliampere must be constant. There's a requirement. Okay, and what is this VL? It should also be constant. VL equal to 10 volt. Will I agree this? No. So can you give guarantee that V will never be, will be always fixed at 40 volt? Can you give guarantee? And IS, can you give guarantee that it will be remain one fixed value? Okay, let's get into our discussion. Now IL we got it. So let's calculate IS. How much is IS here? So for that I'll write the loop equation. V in minus ISRS minus VZ equal to 0. Okay, from here KVL. So but Zener diode, reverse bias, some depletion layer will be there, drift current, diffusion current. You don't know anything. Just write KVL. What is VZ? It's operated at breakdown. Zener diode is operated at breakdown. At breakdown, what happened to the voltage across the Zener diode will remain constant. So V is how much? 40. This is 200. VZ is 10. 30 by 200. Anybody? How much? 150 milliampere. 150 milliampere. So there's a current that is flowing through the source, that one, and this 40 volt. Okay, now how much of current flows? Let's take how much of current through the Zener diode. Let's check it. Applying KCL. IS equal to IZ plus IL. This IL is fixed here. What is IL? IS we got 150. Okay, now finally we ended up with IZ equal to 50 milliampere. So therefore now there's a thing. There's the initial. Okay, now by chance, this Vin, what happen if it becomes 45 volt? Still what happen? The power, the current through the load and the drop across the load must remain constant. Will I agree? This will become, Vin becomes 45 volt. If it becomes 45 volt, they should not change. No, then not okay. You can say okay, there's a good circuit. Then we will see that the current across the load and voltage across will remain constant. The Zener diode. How it is possible? Let's take into the mathematics here. So let there's the initial part. That's what we designed it. I think case one. Let Vin increase by an amount plus 5 volt. So how much Vin will become now? 45 volt. If Vin becomes 45 volt, what all changes in the circuit will come? Again, we'll calculate IS, applying the loop equation. I think I'll bring the circuit itself. It'll be easy for us to write equations. Let Vin increase by, let me rearrange one again here. Let's take this case. So what is our case now? Vin increases by an amount. So how much this will, what should I write? 45 volt I should write for this. This shall I write? 45 volt. Earlier it was 40, now 45 volt. What all changes will come in the circuit? So first we'll write the equation. And there's the first case. There's a core idea. In books, everything is there. Explanation is there, not using some values here. So I just picked up the value so that you will be comfortable. Write equation. Vin minus ISRS. So you call this VZ equals 0. So 45 IS 200 VZ 10. This will be 35 by 200. Anybody value?
175 milliamperes.
175 milliamperes. So the current across it now, how much it will be? 175. But what is the care? It should be 10 milliampere only, no? And this should be quote how much? 10 volt only. That's what our requirement. IL must be 10 milliampere. Sir, why you are 10 milliampere? Because earlier it was designed. Must be constant. Sir, 100 milliampere. Huh?
Yes, sir.
100 milliampere. You see the trick? Now, what will happen? IZ will increase. So how VL? Because the breakdown voltage, VL equal to VZ. VZ will be still 10 volt only. Now, if current increases here, so what will increase? IZ will increase. So let's do one thing. IS equal to IZ plus IL. Dash, I'll write it. This IZ. So this is how much? 175 milliampere, 100 milliampere. Now how much it is? 75 milliampere. So is it possible? What is a Zener diode? Current across it can increase, but voltage across it remains constant. And since the load is connected parallel to the Zener diode, the drop across the load remains constant. So how do current will remain constant? So apply Ohm's law. If the potential is 10 volt and RL is constant, current will be constant. So though voltage increase, what this Zener diode will do? It will see that the potential and the current across the load remains constant. But sir, current is increasing. Let it increase, because that's what the Zener diode, no? Current across it can increase, but voltage across it remains constant. So how it is possible? Already we have graph. Look at here. But sir, you said some changes. But what is that changes? 0.001 volt. Okay, this is enough for me. Even the small change, let it be. So 10 point, instead of 10 point, it will become 10.001. It's no problem. But better no. If Zener diode is not there, okay, we'll agree this is a hard idea. You have to digest it. What is this circuit? Though current across it increases, but voltage it will maintain constant. So that is what I'm using here. Sir, why voltage will increase? Why voltage will increase means, again, go back to this. If this is what required, no, 40 volt, the voltage can fluctuate. The voltage can fluctuate. Means here, this one, it will fluctuate here. So let's assume that this is what I needed. And it will fluctuate. Why it will fluctuate? Because the 240 volt will not be constant. One more big headache for the half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier, what we have now. What you say 240 volt, it will never be 240 volt. What will happen? It will become 220, sometimes will be 260, never be constant. So this particular thing will be always fluctuating. But we want a constant voltage. Half wave rectifier is unable to do anything. Full wave rectifier, it is helpless. Practically what will happen is, so here I think I'll give one still more better graph. This is the needed, and the voltage what happen will fluctuate. Like this will fluctuate. How much it will fluctuate? Not some like a plus or minus 5 volt. This will be 45, 40, 35. But what is the type of regulator we needed? We needed which will maintain constant, no? Yes. So look at this one. By Zener diode, when I brought it, no, it will see that the drop across the load and the current through the load will remain constant. Okay, let V in decrease by an amount minus 5 volt. Second case. Minus 5 volt. So how much V in if it becomes 35 volt? What changes will bring in the circuit? All the values are same. You can't change Zener diode. No? You can't change Zener diode. You cannot change RS. So where they are inside the equipment. Over, finish. Nothing is there. IZ dash, here IZ dash. Okay, I'm taking all the symbols here. And now how much V in? V in will become 35. Okay, do calculate. Similarly, like how we proceeded, no, you do calculate here. This is V in. This what happens. This is a practical. So why the rectifier output will observe the input voltage? The input voltage at the primary, that itself will fluctuate. I think all of you know 240 volts. Sometimes we say high voltage, no? 240, it'll become 250, 260, 280. Sometimes it'll become low voltage, high voltage, low voltage. It'll be fluctuating. No? Why that fluctuation occurs? Nobody can do anything. Everywhere, not only in India, even in America, Europe, everywhere it fluctuates. The fluctuations will be apart. So maybe sometimes very high, but practically if you go say, around plus or minus 15 volt fluctuation will be there all the time. It's something very bigger. Sometimes it become very high where everything will burn out, no bulbs, everything, TV will burn out when it becomes like a 280, 300. Sometimes they'll become dim, what happen, the bulb will not glow. But plus or minus 15 is a natural thing, any part of the world. Let's get into the, okay, do calculation. Okay, we are discussing the second part of the concept here now. V in IS double dash RS minus VZ equals 0. Anybody value?
25.
125 milliampere. Then according to the KCL, IL I'm not changing. Look at this one. So 125 milliampere. This is 100 milliampere. You see, I think Xeno diode is something very versatile device, no? Though here voltage fluctuates, it will see that the power across the load will remain constant. Agree with this? So shall I say it is regulating the voltage, also it is regulating the line current. This is called like a line current. IL is called line current. This is called like a load voltage. It is regulating both the line current as well as load voltage. Load voltage is VL. The current passing to the load is called as IL. So what this Zener diode is doing, it will see that our television, it's like a brightness will not fluctuate. The volume will not fluctuate. The mobile, when we charge mobile, it will see that when we are charging only, this problem arises. When you are using mobile, no, nothing. The battery will supply, inside the battery will supply the constant power. But when you're charging mobile and if you are weaving it, no, without Zener diode, then you can see brightness and volume will be varying. Music system you are using, on its own volume increases or decreases. Better switch off. So how to overcome this problem? Zener diode. Can we make the can we produce regulated voltage only? Because shall we at Srishalam Idle project or Ramagundam there, what we have like a power projects are there. Shall we generate a power of constant voltage? No, even you generate when you are transferring it through transformer, everything, no, the voltage will fluctuate. So for the rectifier itself, you are giving a fluctuating voltage. So the rectifier will produce fluctuating voltage. And also the rectifier is having its own problem because of filter brought some variation. So how to overcome all this? That's called like an unregulated signal or output of rectifier. I'm making everything in simplified way. How to regulate it with this one. So finally at this end, what we got? Regulated output. So this called like a voltage regulator. What is the one simplest characteristics? Current through the Zener diode though increases, but the voltage across it remains constant. What are the precautions we have to take here? We have to see that the minimum current, if you're for this circuit, so what should be the minimum current of Zener diode? 25 milliampere. It should satisfy. And what is the maximum current that is flowing in the circuit? You can see 170, how much it is? 75 milliampere. So therefore now, what type of Zener diode you have to pick up for the above situations? The Zener diode should be off. And tell me any conditions can you put? What is the type of Zener diode we are going to pick it up? Slowly, so let's give the priority for that. What should be the minimum current? How much it is? 25 milliampere. No. Where is IZ? IZ is how much? 25 milliampere. So the Zener diode, what I pick up, if it is having some characteristics curve like this. If 25, no, let me make 20 milliampere. I'll be on safer side. Then and what should be the VZ? VZ should be definitely 10 volt. I think problem solved. If I take a Zener diode which is having a characteristics like this, minimum current means at when the moment breakdown occurs, what is the minimum current? I could have shown it here. Sorry, it should be here, no? So if it is having a features like this, no, I think such a Zener diode is safe for here, no? Sir, why you are putting this condition? Depending upon my requirement. So now what is the type of Zener diode you have to pick up? What is the least current is having 25 milliampere? If it is something less than that IZ minimum, safer side, no? Then what is the maximum current here? What is the current flowing? So it is around 75 milliampere. Oh, not, I think, okay, some values. 50, 75, no? Okay, I made 200. I'll make it 80. Sorry. Now, if you operate the Zener diode anywhere here, I think so. If you just operate the Zener diode in this region, it can cope up. No, if you have a Zener diode where this is 40 milliampere, will it work out for this circuit? And if you have a Zener diode where this is 60 milliampere, can it really regulate here? What is the maximum Zener current? 75 milliampere. But what is the maximum current the Zener diode can permit? 60. When current more than IZ max flows, what happens to Zener diode? Will burn out. I'll give parallelly both so that you'll come to know what is the meaning of this. So what is the type of Zener diode? I think I should study the circuit here, no? What are the maximum minimums? Tell me, like, which Zener diode will you prefer for this particular condition? The first one or second one? What is the problem with the second one? What is the minimum current it can withstand? 40 milliamp. But what is the minimum current hour is 25 milliampere. So it cannot regulate. The second Zener diode cannot regulate. What is the maximum permitted across this Zener diode? 60 milliampere. But how much is flowing? 75 milliampere. So when you connect this second Zener diode in this circuit, and when you make input voltage 45 auto, it will burn out. The Zener diode will burn out, finish over, it will become ash. Some fog, some smoke will come out, permanently get damaged here. So therefore, when you're using for experiment, I should calculate what are the maximum and minimum values. Keeping that in mind, I should combine this one. So for the above situation, so Zener diode 1 is more suitable. Like this IZ minimum will come. IZ max depends on what? VZ already we know. Maximum power dissipation, I'll bring it. So PZ. This should be equal to what? VZ into IZ max. So this should be equal to how much? 10 into 80 into 10 to the power of minus 3. How much it is equal to? Around 800 milliwatt, or it will become 0.8 watt. This should be the power rating of this Zener diode. This is Zener diode 1. What is the power rating of second Zener diode? This is equal to 10 volt, 60 into 10 to the power of minus 3, 0.6 watt. So which power rating? Better, I'll prefer this. If you use this, not suitable for above application. For above conditions, better you write. Above fluctuations, above delta V. Will work out successfully. Okay, got the idea why that IZ minimum, IZ max, that also will conditions will come. Okay, these are overall this idea of that voltage regulation. I think all of you got this is like simple story, no? KCL, KVL, nothing to do. If you have any doubt, you clarify, because next I'll start numerical. So got the idea? IZ max, IZ minimum, power rating, how to pick up a Zener diode. It all depends upon the fluctuation. Why the fluctuation is unwanted. Nobody can overcome that one. You can never generate a electrical signal with zero fluctuation. There'll be fluctuation. Shall I go for numericals? There's everything. Please do revise this. If you can understand this, numericals are very easy. Okay, let's come for that particular circuit here. And this called like a bridge rectifier. I think I'll bring it everything at one place. This is, I think, if you have old mobile charger, no, you just break it up. You see these two diodes. What there are many things are there. Account of syllabus, I just draw a few simple diagram. Okay, you can see this the diodes. So you can see that symbol here, no, some shining color here. So if you look at the ordinary diode, this is for ordinary diode. Now you see this what happens for ordinary diode. It will be given like this. There's a in a lab all these are a part of syllabus. So when they give ring like this, when I give ring like this, what does it mean? This is the N type. This is a P type. Agree this for Zener diode. Where is the Zener diode? The Zener diode is like this. This is Zener diode, or this one. This is Zener diode. So for Zener diode, it will be like this. I think this will be orange color. You can see the ring. This is N type, this is a P type, this is ordinary diode. This is Zener diode. Okay, I think fine. This is for voltage regulator. This is a bridge circuit. Where is the transformer? This is a transformer. Which color? Red color. Transformer. This is a Zener diode. Zener, I'll write it. These are the ordinary diodes. This is a filter. Filter or capacitor. Like that, we'll be having many things here. This one, this on-off button. So we have many things. I'm just primarily thing is what, and this capacitor is a filter. So again, what happens? Zener diode will come. Then the Y4 diodes. This is a bridge circuit. Okay, during positive off cycle. Again, how the circuit will work during positive off cycle. This will be positive. We'll take the positive, negative. This will be positive, negative. Which diode will be forward biased? This will be forward biased. This will be forward biased. This will be reverse biased. Then this will be reverse biased. This will be forward biased. How the current will flow like this. Look at only the direction of flow of current. I'm making the current to flow like this. It will be connected parallel, no? It will branch out some. So this is the direction during positive off cycle. During negative off cycle, then which diodes are forward biased here during positive off cycle? During positive off cycle, D1, D2 are forward biased. During negative off cycle, okay, here we'll write it. D3, D4 are reverse biased. No, during negative off cycle, D3, D4 are forward biased, D1, D2 are reverse biased. Like this, during negative off cycle, again the current will flow in the same direction, you can see. I'll bring the circuit. What happened? Let me try again. Yeah. Cloned. During native off cycle, this is the thing. So how the current will come like this, will not flow through this. No, the flow of current, it will be like this. Reverse bias. Here it will be forward biased. I, this I, this I. Which all diode, those which are reverse bias, put open circuit and draw the circuit. No, you'll get exact clarity. Reverse biased. Reverse biased. This is forward biased. This is forward biased. Look at both during positive negative off cycle, you are making the current to flow in one specific direction only. Then if you check the output, we'll compare the input and output signals. There's the input signal. This is VL. This is the VS, voltage of secondary. Don't write V in, it is step down. So there's a positive off cycle, negative off cycle, positive, negative. Who will conduct now D1, D2? Who will conduct now D3, D4, D1, D2, D3, D4? Like this, we'll get a signal. Of course, there's a fluctuating. No? So what to do now? There's a fluctuating. I'll put a capacitor. If I put a capacitor, then how the graph will be? You have to put lines like this here. Then still there's a fluctuation. How to smooth it out? Put Zener diode. And now measure the voltage. If you measure the V out will be how much? Will be a straight line. But if you measure the drop across resistor, it will be off like this. With capacitor, without capacitor, Zener diode, this is output. Huh? This is without capacitor and Zener diode. Better write like this. If you bring capacitor, then you have to show the ear like this, little bit. Charging, discharging. Then if you bring Zener diode, you'll get a straight line. Able to understand? No? So when you open that, you see this one, ordinary diode, Zener diode will be like this. This is ordinary diode. Where there's transformer, the transformer is this one. Like this, the circuit will work out. Please do open any old one is there. No? If you don't have, you ask your any neighbor or somebody, they'll be having it. So please don't throw that. A lot of good things are there. Completed. So this is about the bridge circuit. It's not there in discussion, but can be asked. Nothing big there, no. I'll go for the next. We'll take the numericals. Huh? Again, the numerical just based on the basic idea, nothing big. So let me plot. Let me go for. Now, first of all, the Zener diode, when you take it, no, is it will it work out or not? Have to be verified, no. I mean, the Zener diode which you are going to introduce, will it work out or not? Have to be checked it. How to check the given Zener diode? Is it suitable for experiment? I'll take the circuit here. So this is the V in. It's a practice to write unregulated. Now I don't have time, so I'm not writing it. This is not regulated. These are always you write. It's unregulated. So there's a VZ. Put like this here. So as usual, it will work. Now this particular Zener diode, will it work out or not? Who will determine? You remove Zener diode. You remove this Zener diode. And measure this voltage. We'll call usually V. Let me write only V. I'll measure this voltage. How to measure this voltage? Potential divider formula. V equal to V in RL by RS plus RL. Positive, negative. If VZ, if V is greater than or equal to VZ, Zener diode is on. Zener diode will operate in breakdown and Zener diode is on. If this V is less than VZ, what do you mean by on and off? Not in breakdown. The Zener diode is on means will be in breakdown region. There's a meaning. Again, don't take it in other way. Off means okay, it will vanish. Not vanish. Not in breakdown region. There's a one primary way of checking the Zener diode, will it suitable for not or not. So what to do? Remove the Zener diode, check it, the drop across the load, because what the drop across the load, that will drop across the Zener diode, no? Will I agree this? I could have written VL, I'm just writing only V. So all determines like how much VL needed, how much VL needed. That depends upon equipment, how much mobile needed, 5 volt, how much television needed, 18 volt. That's what the VL. Again, don't think that VZ will determine VL. No, the VL will determine VZ. So I'll calculate the VL. Then I know what is unregulated supply, unregulated voltage supply which is available. Then I'll suitably say VL and RL are fixed here. For any given experiment, VL and RL are fixed here. Then this is available. Suitably, I'll choose the value of RS. Then I'll begin. Then what type of Zener diode I should pick up? The Zener diode, if you want to use for as a regulator, so you should see that V should be greater than VZ here. Then the Zener diode will get operated in breakdown region. Getting this idea? What do you mean by off? Off means it is not in breakdown region. If not in breakdown region, it cannot use as regulator. See, what is the purpose of Zener diode? It should regulate. Sir, why I don't want it to regulate? Then instead of this, you use ordinary diode. What is the cost of Zener diode? 5 rupees. Ordinary diode. 1 rupee. Okay, use 1 rupee and you'll get a varying brightness. Then instead of Zener diode, put ordinary diode. Then you enjoy the show. You enjoy the television program. Brightness increasing, decreasing, volume increasing, decreasing. Okay, that's fine. So what type of, how you want, we want a constant power. So therefore I'm thinking like this here. So the Zener diode which I'm bringing, because it can only regulate, nobody is there. This cannot regulate, this cannot regulate, this cannot regulate. TV on its own, sir, automatic TVs are imported or exported, any TV. It cannot do regulation on no. Through Zener diode only regulation is possible. Got the idea now? So who is very important here for regulation? Zener diode, not any other thing. Got the idea? There's a firm thing. This is, I think, he has discussed some in CBSE books. Not just, he said like a the Zener voltage, that the Zener diode which to be used, what happen, has to be the breakdown voltage of Zener diode should satisfy the circuit requirement conditions. He has put one line. What is the meaning of that? Is this much? He has not explained anything. Just he has put a line. The Zener breakdown voltage or the Zener breakdown voltage of Zener diode have to be so chosen that it should satisfy the circuit conditions. Means you mean to say this much. Okay, there's a first condition regarding the how to choose a Zener diode. Fine. Let's come for the load. Even the load itself will be fluctuating in most of the practical, some of the things. First we'll do with the RS value. Then I'll come to the load. Find the minimum. Find the minimum and maximum value of RS for given circuit conditions. This is 50 volt. VZ. This will be here load current, IL flow. This RL value is given. Okay, let put it everything. 15 volt. The maximum power of Zener diode it can dissipate is 450 milliwatt. IZ minimum 2 milliampere. This much is what available, and is putting a condition that IL will be okay. Just in some data is missing. I'll verify it. So this okay, we'll give some value for VZ. So RL will be VL 15 by, let me make 50 milliampere. Anybody just can you help me? 1000. So this will get over. Anybody value of RL? This calculation. How much? 300 ohm. Okay, we'll keep it. And now he's asking for this conditions. Is asking what should be the minimum and maximum value of RS. Still, the circuit will act like a voltage regulator. Why that RS minimum? This. What is the range? Is asking. So still the circuit will work out here. Okay, now say what is the core idea? Once again, I'll put it. There's some still many are asking doubt. Huh? What actually happens here is like if IS varies, if IS increases, IZ will increase, keeping IL constant. If IS decreases, IZ decreases, but still IL will be constant. I think this is a core idea. No? If IL constant, then what is VL? VL equal to IL by RL. And VL depends on VZ. What is VZ? Though IZ changes, VZ will be constant. So VL constant. Then RL constant. So IL is constant. So how IL is constant means how I should give explanation? VL equal to VZ. Then what is IL? IL equal to VL by RL. RL will be fixed and VZ will be fixed. This is a fixed here. So VL RL fixed, IL will be fixed. So therefore this will be fixed. Fixed means remains constant. Okay, this is what happens in circuit. This is a summary here. So when somebody asks how Zenoded will work as a voltage regulator, finish, sure, this is enough. Today, what all I discussed, no, there's a theory, there's a theoretical idea. Go this, no, this you don't forget. There's a core idea. Okay, let's come to the circuit here now. What is that RS minimum, RS maximum, how to calculate? First, we'll get into PZ max he has given. From this, we'll work out the values. I'll put it in corner. Everything is core idea. What you learned means if you can answer this much, everyone will feel okay, you know everything. Let's come for, well, calculate IZ max, IZ minimum. IZ minimum already given. How to calculate IZ max? Because we know VZ. So first we'll tablet. This is how much? 450 into 10 to power of, or milli only, let it be answer. Into 15. IZ max 300 milliampere. Now let's get into this one. How that RS minimum maximum will
30,
come?
sir.
30, huh? 30. Okay, fine. Yeah. Why that RS minimum maximum will come? So let me put it. IS. This will be IZ. IL. So when IZ is maximum, IL constant. So what will be maximum? IS will be maximum. We know. Shall I write equation? Sir, how you can write this? Okay, I'm using this. If IZ increases, IS will increase. IL constant. If IZ decreases, IS decreases. When IS is minimum, IZ will be minimum. If IS is maximum, IZ will be maximum. When IS is minimum, IZ will be minimum because this will be constant. This relationship is there, no? So therefore I'm writing this one. So what is now IZ max? Do we know? Yes. Do we know IL? We don't know. So shall we calculate now? So what is VL equal to IL by RL? What is further VL? VL equal to VZ. So this will be 15. 300. So what is value of IL? I'll write it here. Anybody? IL value? 20 milliampere? Oh, sorry, 50 milliampere. Okay, now let's come for that one. So I'll get IZ max. We know how much it is. 30. IL is, and there should be constant. Fixed value or, and VL, this will be fixed value. So how much it is we are getting total? 80 milliampere. Now if IS is maximum, so let's see that what I get RS. So let me write loop equation. V in minus IS RS minus VZ 0. So I wanted expression for RS, no? When IS becomes maximum, what do you expect RS will become minimum according to this formula? RS minimum will be but sir, you said the line voltage will fluctuate. I'm trying to design the circuit. What possible value of RS I can fit it here so that it will work out. Okay, let's substitute all the values. VZ, yeah, symbol problem. Okay, thank you. Vin is how much? 50 minus 15 by 80 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Anybody value RS minimum? I'm getting by calculator this much. Check it. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Now, similarly, I want RS max. Tell me for RS max, what shall I do? Again, I'll get into the discussion like this. IS what is IS minimum? How to calculate IZ minimum? IZ minimum is 2 milliampere. What is IL? IL will be 50 milliampere. So total this will be 52 milliampere. Now let's get into RS max should be equal to V in minus VZ by IS minimum. 50 minus 15 by 52 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Anybody value? 673. 673.1, I'll write it. Okay, there's a value. So we'll agree this. There's a thing. But one problem is that by chance, the Zener diode is not there in the circuit. By chance, a student accidentally removes Zener diode. Then in that case, what happened to value of RS? Last one more condition I'll put it. This one. If accidentally Zener diode get disconnected in the circuit. If Zener diode gets disconnected in circuit, the circuit will become like this. Where the Zener diode, I'll remove it. So it get disconnected. It can happen due to some accidents. So suppose say like if it falls, anything will happen. No? It can happen. How much RL? RL was 300 ohm. But what is the strict condition? It must have how much volt? 15 volt. So let's calculate the value of RS. VL is equal to V in RL by RL plus RS. Calculate in this case how much it will be. 1550 300 by 300 plus RS. Value of RS 700 it is coming, no? Tell me like shall I keep 673.1 or shall I keep 700? Better keep 700, no? By chance if get disconnected also. Sir, what happens if let it be maximum permitted? This one. By chance, what will happen if Zener diode gets disconnected and there's a possible resistance? So then what will happen? The resistance may burn out. If it burns out, sir, okay, let it, I'll replace. Where it is inside the now mobile charger. if anything happens, what you do, you're going to throw it out, no? So therefore, when I design and when I manufacture it, what happen? I should take care about all the possible conditions. I should design, I should leave it, no? Because anything, if anything happens inside the mobile charger, what you do? Will you open and replace anything? Nothing, no? So what we do? We just throw it out. But what is this? What is the cost of RS? Around 2 rupees. Sir, why can't we open? I don't know. This is what happens. The person who is want to earn money. Mobile charger. Inside that, you know, like components, what they get damaged are only 5 rupees, 10 rupees. So if it's not working, what we'll throw it, we'll buy another one. 2000, 3000, 500, 300, like that. The companies, they want to earn money. So what is preferred? This is the preferred one. Huh? Sir, in exams, yes, you should take this answer, not this one. I'm writing though RS max, but this is a preferred value. There's a condition for RS. Similarly, we'll go for condition for the load itself. Sometimes even the load also the same problem, sir. But you say TV, as in some applications where the load is going to be variable. So why the load resistance will vary? Because when a current flows, what will happen to the load resistance? Even current flow, the resistance will change. No? So some applications where the load resistance will be variable, but still it should act like a voltage regulator. So what are the conditions for RL? That we'll see it. I'm almost bringing all the possible cases which are there in the book. In books, what happened? All these numericals are scattered. One question here, one question here. So I'm just dumping everything at one place. $470 4 volt, V in, unregulated voltage. This is a VZ. This is a load. I'm putting one arrow. Try to notice. It's a variable. Possible values of that we have to know. And what are the conditions given? VZ 12 volt, PZ max 250, what are the possible values of load, values of RL that can be introduced circuit. So you can ask questions, sir, this equipment, as some applications what happen where the equipment what happen, resistance will change. So what is the permitted value for which still voltage regulation will occur? Find the possible values of RL suitable for given circuit. See, I earlier I discussed what is that, some possible values of IZ Imax, no? The Zener diode which you want to use, what should be the condition for VZ? Then what is the condition for IZ minimum, IZ max? It depends on this one. Any Zener diode you cannot come and fit. The requirement is what you have to check it. So VZ is 12 volt is telling. Okay, let's see that. What are the things will come. And now RL, there is no value. You have to choose, you have to now get the values of RL here. This was the explanation. That's what the condition here. Okay, let's how to proceed now here. First, we'll calculate the what is value of IS. I think this will be a very generalized one. No? What is IS equal to? V in minus VZ by RS. V in is how much? 40 volt. Sorry, 24 volt. 24 minus 12 by 470. 25.5 milliampere. There's a value. Then we know IS equal to IZ plus IL. Now here conditions will come. IZ minimum, IZ max will calculate. How to calculate IZ max? This is not given. IZ max is given by, this is 250 milli 12 into IZ max. So what is the maximum Zener current? Anybody value?
20.83.
20.83 milliampere. Let's come for this one. The IS is fixed here. If I choose IZ maximum minimum, I think that will decide, no? What about IL? IL, no. IL is, because as RL varies, IL also varies, you know. So how to bring that RL max, RL minimum? So I think on other side, first we'll get into RL. So what is RL? We'll write it. RL equal to VL by IL, no? And we know VL equal to VZ. I think this this equal to 12 volt. No, when RL will be maximum, when IL is minimum, when IL is minimum, and this will be 12 by IL. And we know applying KCL, IZ plus IL. IS is fixed here now. IS is how much? 22.5 milliampere. So when IL will be minimum, when IZ is maximum or IZ is minimum? When IZ is maximum, no? When IZ is maximum, IL will be minimum. So this IZ is maximum how much? 20.80, then IL will become minimum. So therefore this I'll write it as, I'll bring it here. IZ is equal to so this IS is fixed value 20.5 milli, IZ max 20.83 milli plus IL minimum. Value of IL minimum. Anybody value IL minimum?
Four point six seven.
4.67 milliampere. No, if RL, let's come to this one. If IL is minimum, then what will be the RL will be maximum. So RL max is equal to VL by IL minimum. IL minimum we know VL equal to a load, substitute will get RL max. 12 by 4.67 into 10 to power of 3. You will get there's a permitted value of RL, maximum permitted value of RL for this circuit. Means what type of load I can connect. So are you getting now why I'm bringing all this? Means any particular load you cannot bring and connect here. So what is the possible loads you can connect for this circuit is what I'm trying to explain here. There's a meaning here. Okay, now anybody value? End answer, I'll really give the exact picture. Let me get RL and R minimum.
2570.
2570. Similarly, I want RL minimum. RL minimum will come when IL maximum. When IL will be maximum, when IZ is minimum. Similar way. So let's get into this. IS equal to IZ minimum plus IL max. This is 20.5 milli. IZ minimum, it is given 0.5 milli plus high L max. I think this will become only 25 milliampere. Then what about RL minimum? Anybody value?
480.
480.
480. Yeah. Let's push it corner. Yeah. RL minimum is okay. Now, what is the
480.
480? Huh? Correct? Yeah. Okay, this is the thing. So now you can ask questions. Sir, you only said RL is fixed here. Before coming to this one experiment, you have a Zener diode, you have a this much of 100 rated voltage, and you have a value of RS 470 ohm. Then any load can you come and connect here? I'm asking very simplified question. Any load means no. What loads you can connect? Load whose value of RL lies from between what 2570 ohm to 480 ohm only are what happen are suitable for this particular circuit. Sir, what will happen if I connect a load whose value is 3000 ohm? Anything will happen. If I connect 3000 ohm here. Okay, let's do one thing, 3000 ohm. Then calculate IN. Then the Zener diode open may come out of the breakdown region. If it comes out breakdown, it become unregulated. So therefore, for any particular whatever load you want, you cannot connect here. If you have already chosen Zener diode, RS and V in, so what happen? You should take care like that. The load which you are going to connect, what happen, should satisfy this condition. If you have already Zener diode load and this is fixed here, any value of RS can you connect? No. Previous problem. Then already you have RL, RS fixed here and input voltage fixed. Any Zener diode can you connect? No. First case I discussed. Are you able to understand? So what is the thing? This is again, and the very first beginning what happened? All these are fixed here. All these are fixed here. Then if this fluctuates, then I should choose suitable Zener diode. That's what I said. I think I discussed all. First I varied this. Then conditions for this. Then conditions for this. Then condition for this. So it all depends on application. Means that's why you see mobile when you purchase. No, what they'll say. Please use the mobile charger which is given in the box only. Don't use other one. Why they're telling? Are they doing marketing? No. The mobile, the one which you are using, it's have some restraints. And the mobile charger, what all design, no, keeping this in mind. Okay, this one. If you bring some other charger will be, this will be different. Your mobile is same. Okay, it's having some fixed value. The some other charger what you brought may not satisfy this values of RL for that. Means the charger what you are using will satisfy this particular thing. If you bring some other charger, some other charger will be designed for some other values of RL, no? And when you connect it, what will happen? Either this charger will get damaged or your mobile will get damaged. That's why they tell very with precaution, they say don't use the mobile chargers which are manufactured by other company. Yes, there's a possibility here. By chance, if they're not designed properly, no, it will burn out. I'm not marketing person for mobile chargers, huh? but the precautions when you read carefully, there's a reason why they're telling like this. There's a reason. So the one, suppose you are using Apple iPhone, better to go for the mobile chargers of Apple iPhone. I know they're very costly, but what is the cost of that one? 2,000. There's a cost of 70,000. Okay, we can compromise. No? You come for Samsung. If you come for Samsung, mobile cost 20,000, chargers 300, 400, 500. Some equipments are there where they're designed very carefully. That's why they give utmost priority for this. But charging 2,000 for this is a stupidity, You take an Apple iPhone, they're charging 2,000 for this. But you know what is their diode? 5 rupees, transformer 40 rupees, everything will come 100 rupees maximum, and they're charging 2000. So if you have little bit electronics, no, then what happen? Uh, I think if you have some knowledge, no, yes, you can still manage for one mobile charger with other. Provided you should have some basic background. So the using of electronic equipments need all this background. So therefore, what happen? The company will design not one fixed value. Say why RL variable? Because as you start eating, means as you start using mobile, what happened to mobile will get eat up. No, when it get eaten up, its resistance will change. So the change should not be, the change should be within this limit. No, because you designed the charger in this way, and your mobile resistance open should not become more than this, less than this. In that way, it should be designed. If the resistance of mobile becomes more than this, the mobile will burn out. Like this, some mobiles will burst out. The reason is not poorly designed. So it's not that easier. The equipment which has come into market, no, and that what when you're going to manufacture the millions of this one. So everything should be taken care, keeping all conditions in the mind, even this fluctuation, RS, even this will be variable, this will be variable, this will be variable. It should be designed here. Good idea. So in books, what when you have like a tidbit problem, one problem of this, one problem of that, this, that, they are spreaded randomly. I just summarized as a whole concept. There can be a problem where RL, what possible value of load you can connect for there's a given circuit. Okay, fine. Any load you can connect? No, there's a limit. If the value of load is within this range, it will act like a voltage regulator, this circuit. Otherwise, regulation not possible. Next, what we brought a condition for RS. This load is fixed, this is fixed. Any value of RS, can you keep it? No. What is the range? So why range is brought here? Because here what happen again, the value of RS due to some conditions it can vary. So what can be possible variations in that? Again, you have brought it here. Next again, the Zener diode. Any Zener diode, can you come and keep it here? No, it should satisfy this one. If you want to be used as regulated, this one. Next again, what we have? We have this one. Zener diode is fixed. This is fixed. This fixed. What voltages it can regulate? So I'm just putting 32, 35. Maximum voltage it can withstand. Like this we have put it. So IZ dash, minimum and maximum current to the Zener diode. So what voltages this circuit can regulate means what are the highest, lowest regulations we can maintain means it all depends on IZ minimum, IZ maximum. The Zener diode what you have picked up here, that will put limit. What is the maximum permitted voltage it can regulate? 45. What the minimum voltage it can regulate? 35. Means if the voltage becomes less than 35, even at 35 also this circuit will work. Around 45 also it work. Any voltage between plus or minus 5, this circuit will work. Got the idea? So I think we have some conditions for this, 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 this. But the core central idea of this is what? This you should not forget. What do you think? The current through Zener diode, though it varies, the voltage across it will remain constant. That's what the Zener diode. I think in every numerical this was taken care. We have like this called like a voltage regulator. Now we have some devices called like a current regulator. The voltage across it can vary, but current will remain constant. So we have further in semiconductor devices, not there for syllabus. Like that for applications for use. So I think you have uninterrupted power supply or stabilizer or in mobile charger. So everywhere Zener diode will be there a part of it. Got the idea? So I think in very less time I concluded a lot of things. So you can sit and go through once. The numericals are very important where you can understand things. Any doubt you can clarify? Any doubts you can clarify. I'll wait. Any doubt you have, you can clarify.
Sir,
Ah,
can you open yesterday's file?
yesterday's file. Let me save it. Where is semiconductors? Which one yesterday? Yesterday, I think this one, no? Diode,
Sir.
circuit, ion rectifier. Okay, yeah.
10 problem, sir.
10th problem, huh?
Second.
Yeah.
Bit, sir, can you explain?
This one, huh?
Inside part.
This one or this one? This one, huh?
A, sir, A bit.
A beta.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now when find the current through the ideal diodes. Okay, there's a circuit. Where is the A bit? I think. And D1, D2 are unbiased. Okay, I think. It has become like this. Huh? First case, they find the current through the ideal. The first case here. So now what will happen? So don't think that this will be forward bias, reverse bias, and still current will flow. Reverse bias means open circuit here, no?
Sir.
Reverse bias open circuit. When open circuit, no current flows. So no current flows means as good as like nothing will happen in this circuit here. So we just say unbiased here. So connect ammeter, it will show 0 ampere.
Okay, sir. Sir,
Ah.
if we connect N to the positive terminal of battery, it will not pass current.
N connected reverse bias, very small micro ampere current or 10 to the power of minus 10 is of no use.
We can remove it, sir.
No, it's as good as no current open circuit. It will be.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. I'll stop the class. Yeah. Okay, thank you all of you.